Have you been contemplating the question about New Year's right around the corner? We're literally, what, a week and a half away from January 2024. Wow, by the way, I'll just say that. Anyway, have you been contemplating the conversation about your New Year's resolution? Or perhaps you're in the conversation of saying, this is the year I'm going to get my health in order. This is the year that I'm going to get my body where I want it to be. Guys, fact of the matter is we all have those moments when we're ready, right? And I can tell you from my journey, for those of you who are not familiar, I lost about 160 pounds in my early 20s, and I've managed to keep off about 130, 135 pounds of it. There's this 20, 25 pounds that like to hormonally come and go, which once you hit a certain age, you're a little bit more okay with it. But here's the thing, one of the things that I've learned so impactfully throughout the years is how important it is as you lose the weight or as you change your body, or if you're in this body conversation, about what the messaging in your head says. So there's 6 things that I highly recommend if you're in this conversation, you want to improve your health, you're ready to start your journey, whether it be now and today, or whether it be after the new year, or whether it be 2 years from now. Start tracking these 6 things. They're going to give you a lot of clues about what your body actually needs. Now, for some of these, I'm less concerned about what you put in there. I'm more concerned about how it impacts you. So let's get started. Number 1, food. Tracking your food. Again, you may not be someone who wants to track your food forever. But even if you get a starting point to say, okay, you know what, for the next week or 2 weeks or month or 6 months, I'm going to track my food and see how I feel with that food. And start tracking what you eat, how much you eat of it, and how you feel both physically and emotionally afterwards. Again, this can give you clues of how that particular food is impacting your body. It can also give you clues as to if you're eating for emotional reasons or how food is impacting you emotionally. Once we know those things, we can actually start working on the conversation up here, which, in my opinion, that has the biggest impact for sustainable weight loss. So, food tracking. Number 2, hydration. I'm sure everyone watching is sick and tired of hearing hydrate, 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 water, water, water. And I got to tell you, water is important. Hydrating your body is absolutely important, in my opinion. How much you need, although there's science to argue different things, my opinion is when it comes to how much you need, I think it may be person specific. Again, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, so always check with your practitioner. However, if you start really tracking how much water you're drinking on average and how you feel the next day, if you're, say, for example, you only had a cup of water and the next day you're feeling fatigued and lethargic, there may be a connection. Whereas if you're drinking 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 glasses of water and the next day you're feeling amazing and energized, again, there may be a connection there for you to make for your specific body. So, water. Third, caffeine. I'm not going to tell you to stop drinking coffee. I love my coffee. I'm more concerned about how caffeine impacts you specifically. When you have caffeine at certain times of the day, how do you feel the next day? When you have caffeine first thing in the morning, how do you feel the next day bloated wise? I can tell you there was about a time I stopped drinking coffee first thing in the morning and I felt less bloated throughout the day. So, caffeine. Next, tracking your food emotional triggers. This is absolutely connected with that food piece. More so on this one, I'm concerned about saying, okay, when you get hungry and you ask that question, why am I hungry right now? Especially if it's outside of a normal meal window, asking yourself what emotionally is wanting you to eat or what is triggering you wanting to eat right now. Again, it can give us a lot of clues about what we need to actually work on and focus on and resolve so that those emotional food triggers somewhat start to dissipate. So, tracking those food triggers, emotional food triggers. Next up, and this is a big one for so many of us and can absolutely, in my perspective, come at different stages in life. Tracking how you feel about your body. How do you feel in your own skin? How do you talk to yourself when you look in the mirror? What is your body image? I think body image is becoming somewhat, I don't want to use the word overused, but somewhat overused phrase. Bottom line is, what is your image of your own body? What is your image of your own skin? Can you look in the mirror and just love on yourself? And as you're looking at that body image conversation, see what connections are there. Do you tend to feel differently about your body based on what you ate or drank the day before? Again, these are all clues about what your mind and body may need. Lastly, sleep. Again, I've heard actually differing opinions about how much sleep we actually need. So, most curious to know how much sleep and sleep quality you're getting and how it impacts you specifically, especially when we put the data day over day, week over week, month over month. You can really clue into how things, what you need specifically, and how things impact you. So, as you move into your health journey, take a look at these things. Start just tracking for a short amount of time and get the data, or a longer amount of time, and really focusing on firming these up to make your health journey more sustainable. And if you're looking for a great journal, I have a food awareness journal I highly recommend. I'll put it in the show notes. It's as simple as looking at this. This is one I created, so full disclosure, I do get benefit from that. There's plenty online, so find one where that works for you. If you're looking for a quick option, there's one for you. So, guys, know you're worth it. You're worth the hardness and respect for yourself to say, yeah, it's time that I want to change for me. So, take a look at what you want, look at that vision, and start taking mini steps. You'll be glad you did. If you ever need help, as always, hit like, subscribe, comment, or throw me your individual questions at any point. Stay well, friends.